Sound testing. Hello. So, welcome to the class today. You're here at Sahaja Yoga Meditation. My name is Brad. I'm a volunteer for this organization. And so we'll spend the next hour or so together. We'll have a meditation experience. I'll do an introduction to begin with. Then we'll have the experience of meditation together a couple of times, and then we'll kind of see how you feel at the end of the time together. So we're coming to you from our Dallas Meditation Center. Uh, and we're broadcasting all over the place, and perhaps you joining us from the Shreveport Library, and so we want to welcome you to class today. So I just want to talk a little bit. We have someone new today, so I'm just going to ask a few questions. So first of all, what's your name? Stacy. And have you tried to meditate before? Okay, all right. And may I ask how you heard about this class? Uh-huh. Okay, great. And one more question, and then we'll start. Do you have any sort of expectations of what meditation is or what you're looking for? Yeah. So Stacy's answer was reduce stress, less anxiety, and more of a peaceful, balanced life, basically. So all those things are achievable through meditation. I will say not all meditations are created the same. So I've tried other meditations before this one, and I could never really get into them. I didn't understand why. I remember buying books and listening to books on tape and trying different methods of things. And for some reason, I just didn't click with me. You know, I didn't know if it was just something about me that wasn't, deep enough to understand meditation or what it was about. So I really sort of, again, I just sort of thought, well, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe in my next life I'll be able to get it. I don't know. But then I found this meditation, and sort of randomly, I had no expectations that this would work because other meditations hadn't. But I was very surprised that I started to feel all the things you just described in time through practice, reduced stress, reduced anxiety, which I used to feel pretty strongly, and a more balanced life just started to happen naturally. So if it can happen for me, it can happen for anyone. And so I'll explain a little bit about how it works. So, Stacey, have you seen anything like this before? A chart kind of like this? Some maybe, maybe. Okay. So I want to mention this because this represents what we can call the roots inside of us. So we uh, are going through our day-to-day lives. We're experiencing life, and perhaps we're having a good day. Perhaps we're having a not good day. Perhaps we're having a good year. Perhaps we're having a not so good year. Our life fluctuates. We might feel anxiety about work, about life, about family. Things come up in life. That's not going to change whether you're meditating or not. Life is still going to happen. Uh, things change. And perhaps we're feeling down. We get into a funk. We can get depressed. All these things can affect us. The stresses of life. We feel these things. Hopefully we're aware enough that we can see that I'm okay. I'm really stressed, or I'm feeling this anxiety, or I'm down. Like when I start to get down, get depressed, I start to isolate myself, or want to stay alone. Those kinds of things. Sometimes we don't even realize that these things are happening, but maybe we can at least kind of see, okay, I'm out of balance. My life is out of balance. How do we affect change? How do we fix those things? We try to go after the symptoms that we're feeling. We go to the symptoms, the superficial. If I've been feeling down, what can I do to help get myself out of that? Go for a walk, get out in the sun, go see a friend. You know, Perhaps if it's something very persistent, depression, I need to go perhaps see a doctor, talk to a doctor about these symptoms that I'm having. Maybe the doctor would prescribe something to help us get out of that. And the other side, that anxiety that we might feel around school, work, so many things. How do I get out of that? Often we go to see doctors and help us to try to get out of that, to help to, soothe over or smooth over these symptoms that we're feeling that are affecting our lives and making it difficult for us to get through life and every day. Again, life happens. We live in a very stressful time too. We all have a computer in our pocket that's constantly, talking to us all day long. And so we're just, our attention is going all over the place. So that's sort of the normal way of dealing with life. How do I kind of uh, tamp down these symptoms that I'm feeling so I can, be more productive and have a better life? The thing about this meditation, this particular meditation, is it goes towards the roots. It goes at the roots of what is affecting your life in day to day. And that's why I wanted to mention this chart, because it's a nice way of kind of visualizing what's going on inside of us. So we call this our subtle system. We have all the systems that we know about in our body, our skeletal system, our digestive system, and so on. And this is our subtle system. So our subtle system, another way to say this is a chakra chart. If you've heard of chakras, we have 7 chakras or energy centers that start at the base of our spine, as you see here, and they rise up along our spinal column. And the last one is on top of our head here. And they're placed at the nerve plexuses inside of our body. So we know about our solar plexus, our heart, and so on. Literally, our nerves are all bundling together in these areas inside of us. Another way to look at this is it's literally part of our nervous system, our autonomous nervous system. So it's all built inside. So these different plexuses that we have, they are regulating our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health. So they're very important that these are all functioning at their best so that we are feeling our best. If they're not, if they're, for some reason they're not working as well as they should be, then we start to feel those symptoms in life. Again, these are the roots. If the roots are healthy and strong and nourished, then we feel balanced and peaceful and all the things that we're looking for in life. But if there's something out of balance inside, and we're all human, there may be some imbalances inside of us. Again, that's something that we're feeling every day. I want to mention these 3 lines too, because if these are centers of energy in the middle here, these circles, these lines are channels of energy that we have. And these are important too to our living a balanced life. The blue line that you see, this is our left channel. This is our past, our emotional side. Uh, and this is where all of the desires that we have in life come from. So I want to go to school, have this career, have a good, healthy relationship, you know, a house with a picket fence and 2 dogs and all those things, the desires that we have. Or the desire to, I want to live a balanced life. I want to have a healthy, balanced life. All those things are coming from the left side. The right side is the action side inside of us, the action channel. This is our future side. So this is the channel where we do all the planning in life. We plan for the future. We have our to-do lists. We have our goals. Okay, I want these things in life. That's coming from the left side. Now, how do I achieve those things? Well, I'm going to have to go to school and study medicine and, and whatever the case might be, whatever we're doing. So that's our right channel. And in the middle, you see there's a white line. That's the present. That's the center. And that is where we do grow and improve ourselves and become better people. It's challenging to grow and to change when we're sort of stuck in the past, thinking about the past, reminiscing all the time about the past, or perhaps because we're human, maybe bad things that happened in the past are kind of always kind of coming into our attention. We're remembering the past a lot. That can happen too. Um, if that's happening, it's hard to change. Also, the opposite. If we're always thinking about tomorrow, well, someday I'm going to be happy. Someday life is all going to come in to be perfect for me. When this happens and this happens and this happens, then, you're always sort of postponing your own, joy. So we can't really grow if we're always in the future. Does that make sense? So we want to be in the present. We want to be in the present. I see a lot of posts on Instagram and different things and memes about living in the moment, be your best self in the moment and all of that. And that sounds wonderful and it's inspiring, but how, how do I be in the moment? Again, that kind of goes back to what I was talking about, different meditations that would say these things and I didn't know how do I achieve that, that was my own personal experience. So how do I be in the present? What's amazing about this meditation is you don't have to you don't have to follow a step-by-step guide or there's no There's no mental way of experiencing this. It happens automatically. This balance that we're looking for, and it happens spontaneously. That's what Sahaj means, by the way. So Sahaja Yoga Meditation. Sahaja means spontaneous, effortless. It's a living process, and it also means born with you. So this is the born with you part. This is all built inside of you. We may not realize it or understand it, but it's there. It's there. And again, we're feeling the effects of how healthy the system is day to day. It might be really strong. Maybe there are certain centers that are really strong inside of us, and so we feel that. For example, chakra number 2 here, it's where our creativity comes from. So maybe we have that gift of creativity inside. So we have strengths, we have challenges. Again, life is happening. How do we get this into balance? How do we get everything working as well as it can? And how do we come into the present? There's something else built inside of us that does that for us, as I mentioned, automatically. And that is our Kundalini. Stacy, have you heard of Kundalini before? No? Okay. So let me talk about this a little bit. So this little triangle that you see at the base of the spine of this drawing here, it represents our sacrum bone. So the sacrum bone is at the base of our spine. It's triangular shaped. And inside of our sacrum bone, every one of us, every human being has an energy inside of us. It's called the Kundalini energy. Kundalini means coiled energy, many coils of energy. And it's as you see in the picture, it is sort of coiled like this, 3.5 coils. This energy inside of us knows all about the system that we have. We don't know. We may not know that much about ourselves. We don't know that deeply what's going on inside, but your Kundalini does. Your Kundalini knows what's healthy, what's out of balance, what your strengths are, sees you at your very best, and is just waiting for the opportunity to start to rise, to come up along your central channel here. And when she does, and we call this energy by a female pronoun, she or mother, because this is like a mothering energy inside of us, because she knows everything about you. She knows what you need. She knows what you need. And she gives that to you. She gives it to you. So she starts to rise up. And if there are imbalances inside that are causing us to feel whatever we're feeling, anxious, down, angry, irritable, all those things that we experience in life, she starts to soothe that down from the inside out. Naturally, she starts to nourish these things inside of us. Peace, number 3. Peace comes from inside. It doesn't come from outside. It doesn't come from an organization, or it comes from inside. And so she begins to work on every one of these centers. So all these qualities that you see, peacefulness, compassion, dignity, self-respect, forgiveness is the quality here. All these qualities, you begin to automatically just become these things. You don't have to tell yourself every day, I'm going to go and I'm going to be more forgiving today. It doesn't have to work like that. I'm going to force myself to love more. You don't have to do that. It just starts to happen and work itself out. And you're surprised. You're surprised. I certainly have been, how this meditation and this experience begins to sort of change you, in a very positive way. Very positive. Only positive. So again, let's talk about this energy that's rising. So she comes up and she's nourishing you from the inside out, naturally. Again, we talk about these roots, what has been there so far to help nourish the system that we have, especially as time goes by in life. We can start to really go out of balance, you could say. You can say that, we leave the showroom, the car's new, and then in time, the wheel starts, get a little bit out of balance. You might start to go off this way, or, smoke is coming out of the tailpipe, whatever. And there's nothing there. There's nothing there to put us back into balance until this energy begins to rise. So that's what does this for us. She comes up to this point here, and I want to mention this chakra here because this is important in meditation and to sort of live in that balanced way. We tend to, before meditation, we're thinking and thinking and thinking, and that causes exhaustion. It can causes us to almost sort of, imagine situations that may not even exist. Our minds can kind of go off track. So we want our thoughts to reduce. That's what meditation actually is. The meaning of meditation is that your mind becomes quiet. There's no thought in your mind. So that's what meditating is. Meditate, and then all the things that we talked about, a balanced life and more peace. Those are the benefits of meditation. But to meditate is for your mind to become quiet. Very difficult thing to do. Very difficult. How do I do that? Again, in this meditation, you aren't trying to force thoughts out or concentrate or imagine something. There are different techniques of meditating that you may have tried or hear about where you try to focus really hard on things or, whatever the case might be. In this meditation, you don't do anything like that. You just relax, relax and let your energy rise up. And then she reaches this point. All the thoughts are coming from the past or from the future. You can sort of see it on this chart. How the left channel comes up, crosses over, the right channel comes up and crosses over. This is our mind right here. So all the thoughts bubble up into our mind. And then we're thinking about the past, about the future, about the past, about the future. It goes on and on. When your Kundalini reaches this point and when we forgive here, then your thoughts begin to slow down automatically. That's called thoughtless awareness in this meditation. Just something to be aware of, something to watch for. Are my thoughts beginning to slow down? We may be having, let's say, 10 thoughts a minute. 10 thoughts are coming. The more you meditate, that starts to reduce to 8, 6, 5, reducing down until the point where you'll have a period of no thought in your mind. We're human, a thought may come back up, but then the thought will recede. You'll have some more quietness in your mind. And the more you meditate, that little peaceful, moment begins to elongate and become longer and longer because our thoughts are rising and falling. They come in waves, just like we hear thought waves. And your Kundalini, she rises up to this point and she pushes in between your thoughts and creates that quietness, that space. Does that make sense? So she's doing this automatically. Again, it's all built inside of you. Part of your autonomous nervous system. So our heart beats and our lungs breathe and our eyes blink and we don't have to think about it. It just works. And same thing with this. You don't have to try. We are human and so we want to fix everything. But in this case, just let your natural system work itself out. So that's how our thoughts begin to quiet down. And we want to experience that. I like to tell how when I first started to feel that and I thought, okay, sure, my thoughts are going to reduce. Okay, we'll see. But it was true. It was true. It did start to work. As I practiced more and more, my thoughts started to reduce. And I remember when I first started to feel that quietness in my mind, it was almost a little bit startling, because I'm so used to thinking all the time. And what I thought about it, what it reminded me of was like, I've had this experience before. My mind has been quiet before. And what I realized was it was when I was a kid. It's like going back to when you're a kid before you're 12, 13, 14, and suddenly so I've got so much going on, um, thinking and whatever my plans are. So you kind of have this way of understanding yourself. So it just kind of, it helps you. It helps you to be more balanced. And why do we want to be more balanced? Why are we trying to make sure that this is as healthy as it can be and everything's working as well as it can? Because we want to be in the center. We want to be in the center. We want as much of this energy to come up as we can. So this connection is very, very strong. That's why we want to have this connection. Another thing that happens is right here in our heart, where we pledge allegiance, our spirit resides here. And so when our Kundalini rises, another thing that she does, which is amazing, is we begin to feel more connected to the spirit inside of us. That's another reason why we want to stay balanced. We understand our dignity and what we are as human beings, and what our purpose is. Sometimes you wonder, why am I here? Uh, it's it's amazing how beautifully built we all are. So you begin to understand your meaning in life. So that's what's going on inside, and that's how this meditation works. It happens spontaneously. This energy that's inside of us, one more thing about it. Again, this is a mothering energy. There's one key for this meditation to work. It's a very simple thing, and that is just that we keep an open mind about it, keep an open heart, treat it like an experiment, see for yourself, and have the desire. That desire is the key, to see for yourself. So just a little wish, okay, I'm going to give it a try. I want to see for myself. That's all it takes. It's very simple. And then the energy begins to rise just by your own desire. All right, any questions? Okay. All right, well then let's try. So here, if you're watching at home or at the library, we're going to move into the next part of our meditation and we're going to have an experience. I'll lead a guided meditation. In Dallas, we're able to soak our feet in some salt water. And we do that because the elements around us were made of these elements. Water is one of them, earth is another, and the salt represents the earth. So we're using two elements in this little technique. This helps us to stay more balanced. The other three elements are fire, uh, air that we breathe, and ether or the atmosphere around us. And so we use these elements in a little, what we call a foot soak, and then we'll in Dallas we'll be able to do this technique. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go into our kitchen here, fill up our tubs, and then come back, and then we'll begin this meditation. But if you're watching at home or at the library and you don't have this foot soak ability to do this, don't worry about it. You don't have to do that. You can still join along. So what we'll do is we'll just take a quick break. We'll play a little bit of music for you. If you're watching at home, just sit quietly. We'll be back in 2-3 minutes, and then we'll start the next step of our day together. Okay. Thank you. All right, so we're back. Thank you for your patience. Let's begin our foot soak, this first meditation. Again, if you don't have the foot soak materials, that's okay. You can just join along. I just want to show you real quick what materials we need for a foot soak. So I highly recommend this. I do this every day before I go to bed. It really helps, if you've had a long day and a lot of stress, it just helps to take all that stress out and you can go to sleep much easier. Without laying there sort of dwelling over the day and rethinking it and reliving it. It really helps you just kind of go to sleep and then you wake up feeling much more refreshed early. But so what you want is just something like this, just a simple little plastic tub. You can get any Walmart or dollar store. So you want to fill it up about halfway to cover your ankles and with not too hot, not too warm water. We want to be right in the center. And then you want to put some salt in there. So regular table salt is perfect. Any kind of salt, simple salt. People like to put perfumed salts or Epsom salts, and that's okay, but put some regular salt in there too, because we're trying to create the ocean basically. We want to create the little ocean, a little oasis here. And then you want to just have a cup with some fresh water and some paper towel. So when you're done, you can rinse your feet into the tub, dry your feet, and then just take this and just put it in flush it down the toilet, basically. Don't put it in your sink. Don't dump the water in the sink where you cook and brush your teeth and things. Just put it down the toilet and keep this only for foot soaking. So again, we're trying to use these two elements, the water and the salt, which is the earth, to really help balance us out, especially the lower chakras that we have. So that's how a foot soak works. So again, you don't need that. You can just join along. I'm going to lead this meditation and I want to just kind of walk you through what we're going to do. We're going to use our hands because we have the action side is the right, the desire side is the left. We're going to put our right hand on the left side of our body where these different energy centers are located. So I'll just kind of show you how we're going to move our hands. We're going to keep our left hand open. We're going to put our right hand over our heart to begin with. We talked about our spirit being here. And then we'll put our hand underneath our ribs. And then we put our hand at our hip level. And then back underneath our ribs. And then back on our heart. And then we have this one here in our throat. We'll just put our hand on the side of our neck on the left side. Like this. We can turn our head. Put our hand across our forehead. Like this. Then we'll put our hand on the back of our head. Like this. And then we take our palm. We stretch our fingers apart. So the palm becomes tight and we press the palm on top of our head where our soft spot used to be. So where the crown of our head is. And you can see that I've got my fingers stretched away from my hair. I'm not holding on like this. So you want to kind of stretch your fingers like this. And we'll massage. I'll walk us through all this again. I just want you to kind of be aware of what we're going to be doing. So one more thing, and then we'll get started. And that is, we always begin our meditations and end our meditations the same way, and that is by what we call raising our energy, raising this kundalini that's at the base of our spine. So we'll use our hands to do that too. Our hands and our desire, that desire that we have. And so we can all do this together. Our left hand faces our body, at the lower part of our body, and then the right hand goes in between like this. So we want to take our right hand and start to rotate our right hand outwardly. Perfect. Yep. So over the top of our left hand. So our right hand, this is the action side again. So the right hand starts rotating, and then they both come up together to the top of our head, and we tie a big knot. So you can see sort of what we're trying to say, through this motion. I want my energy to come up, and I want it to stay up here by tying a knot. So we do that a second time. Second time, we raise our hands, and then we tie 2 knots on top of our head. And then we go back, and we do it a third time. And the third time, we tie 1, 2, 3 knots on top of our head. And then for each one of these centers that we have, rising along our spine, we put a shield over ourselves. It's called a bandhan. And to do that, our left hand just stays at hip level, and our right hand touches our left hand. And we just make a big arch over the top of our head, and then we bring the arch back. So that's one. That's one for number 1 that you see at the base of our spine there. So let me go over, let me go back, a total of 7 times, over and back. You can look at the chart if you'd like. and just put your attention on each one of these centers inside. So you know when you're counting along, if you know where they're located, you can just put your attention inside like that. All right, so now we can start. If you're wearing glasses, you can take your glasses off. That just helps to relieve any pressure around your eyes. We can put our feet in the water. If you're sitting at home, you can just sit comfortably in a chair, on a sofa, and just keep your feet flat on the ground. So number one, let's just relax. Let's relax ourselves. We don't have to worry about holding ourselves in any particular pose or overcomplicate or overanalyze anything. Let's just physically relax ourselves. We do want to keep our palms open on our lap. So just an open posture to your hands. Eyes are closed gently. Relax your eyes. Relax your eyebrows. So relax your forehead. The skin of your face is soft, relaxed. Release any tension in your neck, in your shoulders. Settle into your chair, be comfortable. Your arms are loose. Your legs are loose. Relax your legs. Let go of any tension. Let them just hang loose. Calves. And then let your feet have some distance between them so they're not touching each other, a few inches in between your feet, whether you're foot soaking or on the ground. And then we can take our right hand and just place it over our heart on the left side. So like we're pledging allegiance, we just put our hand over our heart. And we put our attention on our heart. Put our attention here. And let's begin this meditation by expressing that wish that we talked about. So this is your own personal experience. So we can keep our mind open, our heart open. We were just presented with a theory, a hypothesis. Now we can be scientists and we can have this experiment and see for ourselves. We want to keep our minds open to it. And we also want to have that desire inside. Okay, I want to see for myself. I'm open to seeing for myself. So that wish, let's just say that in our heart. Please may I experience the peace of meditation. Let me just say that in our heart. Please may I experience the peace of meditation. We can say in our heart, please may I feel the comfort of my own energy. Please may I feel the comfort of my own energy. And then keeping our attention here in our heart, we ask the question, do I have a higher self? Do I have a higher self? And specifically, we ask 3 times, am I the Spirit? Am I the Spirit? 3 times in your heart. Am I the Spirit? Now we move our hand to the upper part of our abdomen on the left side. Under our ribs, we just press our hand gently right here. And we put our attention where our hand is. Nice and relaxed. Here, let's ask another question about ourselves. The question here, 3 times in our heart, am I my own master? Am I my own master? 3 times in your heart. Am I my own master? Now we move our hand to the lower part of our abdomen, about hip level. Press our hand here and put our attention here. So now let's begin to ask for and affirm the qualities that we have built inside of us. The quality here is knowledge. The quality of this energy center. Pure knowledge. So pure means it's positive, good for you, good for the people around you, good for your spirit. That comes from inside. So let's ask our own energy, this energy inside of us, to nourish this center so this quality shines in us. We can feel it in our day-to-day life. So we'll just simply ask, and we can address our own energy as mother energy or mother. We can say, Mother energy, please may I have pure knowledge. Let's ask that 6 times in our heart. Mother energy, please may I have pure knowledge. Just holding your attention right here where your hand is. Mother energy, please may I have pure knowledge 6 times. Mother energy, please may I have pure knowledge. And now we move our hand back underneath our ribs. Press our hand here again. Put all of our attention here. We ask the question here, am I my own master? So what does that mean? Am I my own master? It means, am I my own guide? Am I my own teacher? When I make mistakes in life, and we all make mistakes, do I learn from my mistakes? Can I improve myself? Can I change? Or am I destined to just keep making the same mistakes over and over again? And the truth about us, we have the quality inside, built inside of us, the quality of self-mastery, to learn from the past and to improve ourselves, to become better. So let's affirm that truth about ourselves, that we are our own master, our own teacher, and we can say it with confidence in ourselves. And we say it 10 times in our heart. Mother energy, I am my own master. Mother energy, I am my own master. 10 times just from your heart. Mother energy, I am my own master. 10 times. Now we move our hand back to our heart. Put our attention here, and let's put our attention inside our heart so we can feel our heart beating. Let your attention go deep into your heart. Feel the depths of your heart. So we want to experience this meditation as much as we can through our heart, not through analyzing, not through our mind, but through our heart. So deep in our heart, we ask the question at the beginning, am I the spirit? Do I have a higher self? Another truth about us. Maybe the highest truth that we have is that above everything else, our day-to-day lives, our body, our mind, our likes, our dislikes, We are the spirit. So let's affirm that with confidence. With confidence, let's say inside our heart, Mother Energy, I am pure spirit. 12 times. Mother Energy, I am pure spirit. 12 times deep in your heart. Mother Energy, I am pure spirit. Now we take our hand, we put it on the left side of our neck, and we turn our head to the right, and our hand fits right where our neck and shoulder meet. We put our attention here. We can even gently squeeze the corner of our neck, very gently with our hand. So we talked about being in the present, being in the center, being balanced, so we can be our best. We can grow, we can ascend in the center, not in the past, not in the future. So there's something here at this point, at this energy center that we need to do to be more balanced ourselves from the past. And that is to let go of any guilt we might be holding on to. If we feel guilty, consciously or unconsciously, it weighs us down. It's like an anchor. So we want to release that anchor. We want to release ourselves from this burden. We all make mistakes, but we are our own master. We can learn, we can improve ourselves. So we don't want to condemn ourselves. Here we say 16 times, Mother Energy, I am not guilty at all. Mother Energy, I am not guilty at all. Say it from your heart. Say it like you mean it. And just let it go. Mother Energy, I am not guilty at all. And when we free ourselves of this guilt, then automatically our self-esteem begins to grow. Our self-respect begins to grow. Our dignity begins to grow. Let's take our hand now and put it across our forehead. And we can bend our head down slightly. So we let our head rest on our palm. Again, here at this point, we want to continue letting things go. Letting go of grudges, judgments, anger, feelings of self-doubt or lack of self-worth. Let it all go and forgive. Forgive everyone and forgive yourself. It's a power that we have built inside of us. So here, we don't count the number of times. We just say it from our heart. Mother Energy, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Mother Energy, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Just let everything go. It's amazing that weight that's lifted when we forgive. So forgiveness is for your benefit, not for the benefit of others. It's to help you to let go. I let go. I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. Now we'll keep our eyes closed, but we'll lift our head up, and we'll take our hand now and put it on the back of our head. So our eyes are closed, but it's as if we're looking up at the sky. So our head is now resting back on our hand. Same chakra, same energy center of forgiveness here. But at this point, at the back, we humble our heart and we ask, "O Divine, please forgive me for any mistakes that I've made, knowingly and unknowingly. O Divine, please forgive me for any mistakes that I've made, knowingly and unknowingly." And just let it all dissolve, let it all go. Know that the divine is the ocean of forgiveness. So just ask from your heart, "Please forgive me for any mistakes that I've made." And let go. And now we bend our head down again slightly and stretch all the fingers apart of our right hand and press the palm right at the crown of our head, at where our soft spot used to be. Press our hand down, fingers stretched away apart. Feel your hand and put all your attention here. Let all your attention come up to the top of your head. And remember that wish that we talked about at the beginning, that desire to experience this meditation. So your hand is here, your attention is here, and your heart is here. And let's rotate or massage our scalp in 7 circles. 7 circles. So we move our hand over to the left, down towards the front, over to the right, and back. Left, front, right, and back. That's the circle that you want to make, the direction your hand should go, and 7 times. With each rotation, we ask from our heart, "Mother Energy, please may I have my self-realization." 7 times. "Mother Energy, please may I have my self-realization." Again, that's when your energy rises all the way up here at the top. "Mother Energy, please may I have my self-realization." It's all built inside of you. It's something you're born with, and you have the right to ask for it. Every human being has the right to ask for their self-realization. So just ask from your heart, "Mother Energy, please may I have my self-realization." Very simply. And then when you're finished doing that, you can just put your hand back on your lap, both hands open, nice and relaxed, settle into your chair. And for a moment or two, we'll just sit quietly and see if you're able to hold your attention at the top of your head. Just try to keep it there. Keep your eyes relaxed. Let's raise both of our palms up to the level of our heart. So both of our palms are open. And move our attention to our hands and just start with your left hand. Just let your attention go around. Starting at your thumb, just put your attention on each finger. Just without overthinking, just see if you feel anything. Observe in your palm and your fingertips. You can move your attention to the right hand and just see each finger tip, each finger, the palm, and just make a mental note. And then we can put our hands back on our lap. And now we'll open our eyes and we'll end our meditation by raising our energy again. So we can let our attention come up with our hands. Our attention rises along our spine. When we make the first knot, our attention is at the top of our head. And then we put our hands back down, our attention comes down. And for the second knot, our attention rises too. So when we're making the knots, our attention is at the top of our head. And then we go back down again. Our attention rises along our spine with our hands. I'm going to tie 3 knots. And then we can put on the 7 shields. And again, put our attention on each center inside as we put this on. So here in Dallas, we'll rinse our feet, dispose of the water, and we'll be right back. If you're watching from home or from the library, you can just sit quietly. Again, we'll just play a little bit of music for you, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Thank you. All right, we're back. Thank you so much for being patient. I hope everybody felt relaxed after that. I'm curious, did anybody notice anything in their hands when we kind of put our attention? Stacey, anything specific that you remember? You felt in the center, on the right hand? Okay, on the right, in the center. Right in the center or kind of around? You remember? Directly in the center or maybe? Okay. And when you felt the energy, was it on your left hand or both? Okay, more on your left. Anybody else? Anything that they might have felt? That's okay. Yeah, sometimes you might feel in your hand, sometimes people feel pressure, as the energy rises, it's kind of clearing things out. Yeah, you might feel something on top of your head. Yeah, very common things to feel. So if you're feeling a little bit of heat means that you're clearing out. So imagine you've had years of no maintenance inside. And so it's kind of like turning on the spigot or turning on the hose, or the plumbing is getting flushed out. And so the heat is a sign that the stuff is clearing out. Anything that's kind of imbalanced and it comes up, it actually exits. It comes out here. So you might feel warmth up here. Sometimes you might feel coolness. It's like this bone here is called the fontanelle bone. It means a little fountain. So literally, it's like a little fountain on top of your head. When you get your self-realization and you get this connection, this yoga, you begin to feel it. And you might feel coolness or warmth in your hands too, as this energy begins to move and starts to clear out. So let's listen now to a small talk, a little bit of a clip of a lecture by the founder of this meditation, who I should introduce. The lady in the photograph, her name is Sri Mataji, and Sri Mataji founded this meditation in 1970. Some people in this world were born with this energy that's inside of us already active. Very few, most of us, that's not the case. But there have been a few great people who have been born that way, like Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, amazing people who saw the world differently than the rest of us, and they helped to make positive change in the world. And Sri Mataji was one of those people. She understood all of the dynamics of what's going on inside of us. This is ancient knowledge, by the way, from the East, from India. And she could make it accessible and understandable to everyday people. So everything that you're hearing that I'm talking about, it all is the way that Sri Mataji explained it, so that everyday people can understand what's going on inside and they can live a positive, balanced life and they can achieve this yoga that people have been talking about for thousands of years. How do I get this connection? How do I have this union through all different religions and all backgrounds all over the world? People have talked about this. So Sri Mataji made it, again, accessible to all of us. She traveled all over the world, starting in 1970, giving these lectures. Something to know about Sahaja Yoga Meditation is we're a nonprofit organization. She made it very clear that you don't charge money for this because you already have it. It's already born with you. It's Sahaj. It's built inside of you. So this is not a business. We're all volunteers here. I had a positive experience, and one of the side effects too you might also experience is you want to start to tell people about it because it's so amazing. It's all how we're designed. So let's listen to Sri Mataji speak about this. I think she may have been in Canada when she gave this lecture, maybe in the late 90s or early 2000s. And she'll talk a little bit about the benefits and an introduction to Sahaj.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. At the very outset, we should know what is the truth and what are we seeking. In all the scriptures, it has been said that know thyself. You have to know yourself. If you do not know yourself, your seeking will go on forever. And that is the main problem with the modern seekers who are going from places to places, searching. They don't know what. They don't know what they have to have. It's long they have been doing it. They might have started very early, and still they are going on with that seeking which is not fulfilled. What is the reason for that? Because they have not known the truth, the absolute truth, the truth about themselves. Unless and until you know that, unless and until you have that knowledge, it is absolutely useless running this race, or I will call the rat race of seeking. The first thing you must know, that knowing yourself itself is achieved only through your last evolutionary process, the last jumping. Without that you cannot do it. Now let us see if there is any description of that. In all the scriptures, they have talked about one thing, that is, you have to ascend. You have to rise. You have to know yourself within yourself. All the great saints have said that you have to know yourself which is inside, it's not outside. Not by doing outside things that you can achieve. It's being clearly said. But what we are doing, early in the morning we'll get up at 4 o'clock, do all kinds of gimmicks, and think that you are seeking. That is one thing one has to face. That now, as it is, it's a very important time. This is the last judgment. I must tell you, this is the last judgment. And you have to find out what you have been seeking. Only by that absolute knowledge you will rise and ascend. And if you do not do that, you will be left in the lurch with all others who are still running the race. They like to do it, it's a fashion. Go to one person, then to another person, and to the third person. Now I'll tell you very frankly that you cannot pay for it. You cannot pay. You cannot purchase the person who is going to give you your ascent. You cannot. That is one thing we should know. All these gimmicks of some people asking you $5,000 for a lecture, or asking you give all your money, all your property, everything to me, all such things are really thuggery. It has no sense at all. And if you want yourself to be ruined like that, I'm really warning you, be very careful. It is important to understand the value of your life. Why are you on this earth? What is the speciality? Why should you achieve your self-realization? You are so very important that at this time, at this junction, you all are supposed to get your self-realization. This is a special time. And we have stories about it, that in this Kali Yuga, in these worst modern times, people will achieve their self-realization. They have to achieve it. No use running after all kinds of rituals, all kinds of readings. By reading you will not go there. By listening to lectures you will not go there. It's a happening that has to take place. And within you is placed this Kundalini, this power within her. Now there are people who are against Kundalini. They say it creates problems. Now I've been working for 30 years in so many countries, and I've never seen anything going wrong with people. On the contrary, they have been very much helped, because this Kundalini rises through 6 centers. And these 6 centers are responsible for our physical, mental, emotional and spiritual being. When she rises, she enlightens them. She nourishes them. Also she integrates them. That's how we become an integrated personality. This has to happen to you, not just some sort of a madness that people are doing in the name of seeking. You become a saner person, you become a better person, you become a self-confident person, and you understand your value. What is your value? Why are you on this earth? This has to be realized. And at this time especially, it is the happening that has to take place is the Kundalini awakening. I have to tell you very frankly about it. I have told you some people talk against it because they don't know how to do it, or maybe they are not capable of doing it. But you people should understand your own capabilities and should know what is your due. It's your birthright to have your self-realization, because you are born at this time. Formerly, only one person used to get realization among thousands, and they used to select out of I don't know how many. This was the problem, but that's not going to be with you. You can get your realization en masse. It has worked wonders everywhere and is working very well. I must say, I'm sorry to say, but in America, North America, people are seeking, no doubt, but they don't know what they are seeking. They don't understand. If somebody comes here and says, you pay me so much money, I will give you a self-realization, they are quite satisfied, because they think they are purchasing that person. It's an ego satisfaction. It is not the reality. One thing you cannot market and you cannot purchase is your spirit. And this spirit has to be awakened within.
So we have a few minutes left. Why don't we have another meditation? And we can just open up our palms on our lap, close our eyes, and again, just be relaxed. We can balance our left channel and our right channel using the elements and our desire. So let's start with the left channel. And to do that, we put our right hand towards the ground. So our palm is facing the ground. If we could reach down, our palm would be flat on the ground. And our left hand stays open. We put our attention on that open palm, that open left hand. We're using the earth element, that's why we're pointing our right hand towards the ground, to help balance out this left channel of our past and our emotions. When it becomes out of balance, again, we can become over-emotional, we can live in the past and be dragged down sometimes by it. So the earth helps to clear it out. So we ask from our heart, Mother Energy, please balance my left side. Mother Energy, please balance my left channel. Please take out any heaviness, any coldness, any imbalances, and let them be absorbed into the earth. The earth is a very powerful element. It sustains us and gives us life, and it can balance us. So please balance my left side. Just keeping your attention on your left hand. Please balance my emotions. Please take away any negative thoughts from the past that drag me down. Let's put our our right hand back on our lap. And our left hand now goes into the air. We lift our left palm. We point our fingers towards the sky. Our palm faces behind us, and our shoulder and elbow are about the same height. We keep our elbow at shoulder height. And we move our attention now to our right hand. So our right channel is that channel of action, of planning, and it can become overactive, overheated, too much thinking, too much planning, worrying always about tomorrow. So we're going to let that heat out. Just let it be exhausted out like a chimney. It gets absorbed into the ether. So we're using the ether element here, and we're going to ask from our heart, Mother Energy, please balance my right channel. And please soothe down my right channel. Please remove that excess heat that can cause me to be impatient, irritable, angry. So please soothe and balance my right channel and help me to be in the present. So just hold your attention for a moment on the right palm and just let everything go. We can put our hand back on our lap. Let's put our right hand right in the center of our chest. And we'll put our attention in the center of our chest. And we'll take 3 deep breaths. So take a nice deep breath, nice and slow. Fill up your lungs. Feel the fullness in your lungs. Then hold your breath. And then gently, slowly release your breath. And then we'll do that again. Nice deep breath, nice and full. Fill up your lungs, nice and tight. And then hold it. And then nice and easy, slowly release your breath. And then one last time. Nice, deep, full breath, full lungs. Put all your attention in the center of your chest. Hold your breath. And then slowly release your breath. So we use the air element. The air element helps open our heart. Let's also ask. Let's ask our energy. Keeping our attention here in the center of our chest. Mother Energy, please rise and open my heart. Please nourish my heart. Please may I have an open, trusting, compassionate heart. Mother Energy, please dissolve any fears, any anxieties, any insecurities that may be affecting my heart. Please make me a fearless person. We have incredible strength inside. Mother Energy, please may I know my own strength. Please may I recognize my full potential. Let's move our hand. We'll just place it at the base of our throat. We'll just place our hand here. Put our attention at the base of our throat. Just your hand is gently on your throat. So this is the center of our communication, and when the center is healthy and strong, it also helps us to take a step back from ourselves, from our lives. We can get very involved, and sometimes it's hard to see the truth of situations when we're deeply involved in them. So this helps us become a witness. So let's ask for that. Mother Energy, please help give me a witnessing state. I can see myself clearly. I can be honest with myself. Only when we become above our issues, then we can see them more clearly and help to solve any problems. So please help me to be a witness. And please make me an effective communicator. Please remove any harshness or sarcasm from my speech. Let's take our hand now and put it across our forehead. And we can let our head rest on our palm. And here we just want to say, I let go of all grudges, anger towards others, towards myself, expectations, judgments. I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. Mother Energy, please may I feel that peacefulness in my mind, that thoughtless awareness, the quietness that comes when the energy crosses through here. So please open this center. Please make me a forgiving person, unconditional forgiveness. And then we move our hand one more time at the top of our head. Press the palm on at the crown and rotate 7 times again, left, front, right, and back. And now this time, each rotation you make with all your attention here, again, all your heart here, we just ask, Mother, please establish my self-realization. Please establish my self-realization. 7 times. Mother, please establish my self-realization. And then we can put our hand back on our lap when we're finished. Again, relax, both palms open. And let's hold our attention again at the top of our head. Eyes relaxed. If thoughts come, just try not to get involved. Just try to observe them. And when your attention gets distracted, just try to put it back at the top of your head. You can even put your hand back if that helps. Just put your hand back at the top of your head and press down and take your attention back to the top of your head. Don't fight the thoughts. Just try to observe and let them pass. The more you meditate, the easier that becomes. Let's take the ring finger of our right hand and just press it right in the center of our forehead. And we can massage here too. So we'll make a circle starting at the top, over to the left, down, over to the right, and then back up. Just make a nice, firm massage and a nice firm circle here. Just feel that pressure against this center here. And again, just say in your heart, I let go. I let go. I forgive. And then we can put our hand back on our lap. let's open our eyes now, and we'll end our meditation by raising our energy 3 times. And we put on the shield 7 times. So I hope everyone's feeling nice and relaxed. Good. So if you're feeling relaxed, that is, I didn't do anything. Your own energy did that. Um, and if you're feeling things in your hands, if you're feeling the energy, it's felt again. Yeah. It's just a sign. Again, it reveals itself that it's working, that the energy is rising. It came up to the top of your head. There's thousands of strands of this energy inside of our sacrum bone. At the beginning, a few strands come up, but that's enough that you feel the relaxation. You begin to feel it. The more you meditate, more and more comes up, and you can imagine you just become more and more complete, balanced. You feel better. You do this every day, you're all feeling good. Imagine every day you start the day this way, you feel this way, or you end the day this way. Then when life comes at you, you're able to take it. You can handle it. You become more focused too. Like work situations, you're able to comprehend and understand things better. Everything improves. All the aspects of our life, again, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, because it's all built inside. And again, it's part of your nervous system, so you feel that relaxation. The energy bubbles up and soothes down your nerves, and you just feel relaxed naturally. Again, it's all yours. It happened inside of you. Any questions? All right. Well, great. Well, we did a lot today. We said a lot of things. We talked about a lot of affirmations and things. We don't have to do all of that every day. You don't have to remember everything. Try not to be mental about it. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be perfect, but there is something that you can do every day, and that is just try to find 5, 10 minutes a day in the morning and the evening, whatever works for you. I do it in the morning before work and everything gets busy, but find a quiet place and raise your energy. We can all remember how to do that, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but as well as you can. Mostly, it's just that you have the desire in your heart. That's the most important thing. So raise your energy 3 times, put on the shield 7 times, and just sit quietly. Listen to a little bit of instrumental music, something quiet. Try to keep your attention up here, or put your attention in your heart. There's a few little steps you can do too. You can put your attention in your heart to begin with, and just ask, "Please, may I feel this meditation? You felt it today. Please, may I feel that again?" Put your hand across your forehead. Let go. Every day, every day we should just forgive, let go. Everything that has happened, just let it go, forgive. And then put your hand on top of your head again, 7 times, rotate and ask again. Please may I feel the experience of meditation. And in 5 minutes, just hold your palms open. Try to keep your attention up here. Again, play some music. At the end, just raise your energy again, put on the shield, and go on your day. Just try that. Come back, come back next week. We'll do this again. It's like anything. It's like exercise, learning something new, learning a new language, whatever it might be. You got to kind of give it a little bit of an effort there. But after 4, 6, 8 weeks, then it really starts you feel it. People will say, I promise, people will say there's something different about you. They'll notice that your attitude has changed in a more positive way. Anyway, so thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We'll see you again next time. Thanks.